are you today, my friend? Hey everyone, I'm Sam Alex from Egypt. I create fun, engaging, and thought-provoking content across different fields and anything that sparks curiosity and makes you think. I also love connecting with people from different cultures and building friendships around the world because I believe sharing knowledge and experiences makes life more meaningful. I help people who want to learn Arabic and explore Arab culture, and I also share insights about tourism and investment opportunities in Egypt. If you'd like to reach out or connect, you can contact me on WhatsApp. The number's on the screen in front of you and in the video description. All right, let's get into today's topic. Imagine you're an alien. You travel millions of miles across the universe. You pass black holes. You cross entire galaxies. And finally, you arrive on Earth. You expect to find advanced technology, flying cars, world-changing inventions, maybe even the secret of human intelligence. Instead, you find a guy sitting on his couch at 2 a.m., wearing pajamas, watching random videos on his phone, holding a giant slice of pizza, and smiling like he just discovered the meaning of life. At that moment, you might think, wait, this is what humanity is doing? And honestly, you wouldn't be completely wrong. Because humans have a strange relationship with pizza. Think about it. Nobody gets emotional over broccoli. Nobody says, man, that carrot changed my life. Nobody gathers with friends and says, let's celebrate with a bowl of lettuce. But pizza? Pizza is different. Pizza shows up at birthday parties. Pizza shows up during football games. Pizza shows up after breakups. Pizza shows up during celebrations. And somehow, pizza always feels welcome. But here's the weird part. Pizza is just bread, cheese, and sauce. That's it. 3 ingredients. Yet somehow they have more chemistry than most couples. Seriously, some relationships don't last as long as a pizza delivery. So why? Why does humanity love pizza so much? Is it the taste? The smell? The memories? Or is pizza secretly doing something to our brains? Today, we're diving into one of the greatest mysteries in human history. Why are humans obsessed with pizza? And trust me, this gets much stranger than you think. Let's continue our alien experiment. Imagine our alien decides to study humans. He spends a week observing Earth. He notices something strange. Humans argue about politics. Humans argue about religion. Humans argue about sports. Humans argue about almost everything. But then, someone orders pizza. And suddenly, peace breaks out. People stop arguing. People start smiling. People start sharing. It's almost magical. In fact, if aliens wanted proof that humanity can cooperate, they shouldn't study governments. They should study a pizza party. Because something weird happens when a pizza box appears. The room changes. The mood changes. The energy changes. A closed pizza box is basically a mystery box. Nobody knows exactly what's inside, even when they ordered it themselves. There's always that little moment, that tiny burst of excitement, like opening a birthday present, except the present is covered in cheese. Now think about this. Humans invented rockets, computers, artificial intelligence, quantum physics. But one of our greatest moments of happiness is still opening a cardboard box full of melted cheese. That's kind of beautiful and kind of ridiculous. Mostly ridiculous. But maybe that's what makes us human. Maybe happiness isn't complicated. Maybe happiness isn't hidden in some secret mountain temple. Maybe happiness is just hot pizza arriving exactly when you're hungry. And honestly, that's a philosophy I can respect. Here's a question. Why does pizza taste approximately 700% better at 2 a.m.? Seriously, the same pizza, the same cheese, the same toppings, the same human being eating it. But somehow, midnight pizza feels legendary. Scientists could probably explain it. Something about hormones, brain chemistry, biological clocks. But let's be honest, deep down, we all know the real reason. Because midnight is when logic goes to sleep. At 2 p.m., you're thinking, I should eat something healthy. At 2 a.m., you're negotiating with a pizza like it's a life coach. This is self-care. This is emotional growth. This is basically a salad if you think about it. No, it's not. But at midnight, your brain becomes a very talented lawyer. And pizza is its favorite client.
Think about all the foods humanity has created. Thousands of recipes. Thousands of cultures. Thousands of flavors. Yet somehow, pizza became the global champion. You can find pizza in New York, Tokyo, Cairo, London, Dubai, and almost everywhere humans exist. That's impressive, because humans rarely agree on anything. But pizza? Pizza crossed borders, languages, politics, and cultures. Pizza's basically the United Nations. Except it actually works. If world leaders held negotiations over pizza instead of microphones, history might look very different.
Have you noticed something strange? Nobody posts pictures of boiled vegetables. Nobody gathers the family around a cucumber. Nobody says, "Quick, take a picture before I eat this celery." But pizza? Humans photograph pizza more than some family members. Sometimes the pizza gets posted before the people eating it. Imagine explaining that to your ancestors. We invented cameras. Oh wow, to capture history? No. Nature? No. Scientific discoveries? No. We photograph cheese.
Here's the scary part. You think you're choosing pizza. Your brain thinks otherwise. Your brain evolved over millions of years. It learned to seek calories, energy, survival. And then, pizza showed up. Pizza's basically a cheat code. Fat, salt, carbohydrates, everything your ancient brain loves. To your brain, pizza isn't food. It's a jackpot. A delicious, cheesy jackpot. Meet dopamine, the chemical that says, hey, that felt good. People often call dopamine the happiness chemical. That's not entirely true. It's actually the do that again chemical. And pizza is very good at triggering it. One bite, tiny reward. Another bite, another reward. Before you know it, you're looking into an empty box wondering what happened. The pizza didn't disappear. You did. You temporarily became one with the pizza. Nobody plans to eat an entire pizza. Nobody. The plan is always just one slice. That's the biggest lie in pizza history. One slice becomes two. Two becomes four. Four becomes, well, let's not talk about that. Pizza has a unique power. It convinces you that future you will deal with the consequences. And future you always gets betrayed. Because pizza understands balance. The crust gives structure. The sauce gives personality. The cheese brings everything together. Kind of like a movie, or a band, or a family. Remove one piece, and the whole experience changes. Maybe that's why pizza feels oddly human. It's not one thing. It's different things working together. Just like us. Have you ever noticed something strange? You can ignore a text message, ignore an email, ignore a phone call. But the smell of fresh pizza? Impossible. Your nose detects it instantly. Your brain immediately pays attention. It's almost unfair. Imagine if motivation smelled like pizza. Imagine if exercise smelled like pizza. Imagine if paying taxes smelled like pizza. Human civilization would be unstoppable. But maybe there's a lesson here. The things that attract us most aren't always the things we need. And the things we need most aren't always the things that attract us. That's true for food. That's true for money. That's true for life. Which means, somewhere between wisdom and temptation, there's a pizza waiting patiently.